All right, Shaw, let's see what we got going on now. Apparently, these YNs are just out and about causing ruckus in Atlanta. Let's see what's happening.
Teen takeovers has raised questions about public safety. In December, nearly 400 kids showed up at Atlantic Station after dark. Police say guns were fired. Cell phone video acquired by Atlanta News First showed a teen takeover at the Battery in Cobb County. 17 people arrested.
Battery.
Cumberland Mall in Cobb County beefed up police and set a curfew after hearing rumors of a teen takeover at the mall. And then more arrests this past weekend on the Atlanta BeltLine, where police recovered guns after responding to some shots fired.
Well, now police are pursuing a new way to crack down on those events. Atlanta News First senior reporter Patrick Quinn live along Atlanta's BeltLine tonight. Patrick?
Hey, Tracy, y'all just broke it down very well. Expect even more arrests if we see more of these teen takeover events in very public split spaces across the metro. Of course, there was a teen takeover event on Saturday. 13 people were arrested. Gunshots were fired at one point. Some of those arrested, they were parents of these teens. Chief Shearbaum of Atlanta Police said expect more of that. And also now they're pursuing potential charges for the organizers of these events. New video into our newsroom. Atlanta police officers wearing body cameras arresting teens, a part of a so-called takeover event on Atlanta's BeltLine. In all, Atlanta police made 13 arrests and seized 11 guns. Chief Darren Shearbaum said they're now looking into charging not just those attending these takeovers, but those organizing them as well.
Asking people just to show up to take it over, that's where we believe there may be a violation of the law, and if that is in fact the case, we're going to charge you. Be responsible.
Chief Shearbaum said they're looking into charges similar to those charged for organizing street racing events. I spoke with one of the takeover hosts who asked to stay anonymous for fear of retaliation and went by the name Throde. He said these takeovers are not planned to be violent.
You don't tell them to come out
Excuse me?
here and do this. We come out here and tell everybody pop out, have fun. They want to do the crazy stuff, that's them.
He said he invites police and in fact parents to be present.
Be there with their kids. Like, the parents could be part of the takeover too, but I want them to be like with their kids. So if anything escalate, the parents can like move their kids away from the situation.
This past weekend, a takeover event at Cumberland Mall was seemingly thwarted after the mall announced a youth curfew and Cobb police added more patrols around the perimeter. There are 2 more takeovers planned this weekend in Kennesaw and McDonough, and one more on March 14th at Six Flags. Chief Shearbaum stressed it takes more than police to keep these events and Atlanta's youth safe.
For this to be successful, we need everyone to do their part. Monitoring their children, having wholesome events and that are well organized for individuals, not just calling for mayhem.
And Chief Shearbaum, he said that he spoke with Fulton County's Solicitor General over the weekend, Keith Gamage, about this new potential of charging organizers of these teen takeovers. They believe that they have a strong case to do so. I mentioned those 2 takeovers planned for this weekend, Saturday, March 7th. They are at the Sky Zone Trampoline Park in McDonough. This is according to social media posts, and at Urban Air in Kennesaw.
Here's something that I don't understand. And guys, remember, I don't go outside. I live under a rock. So y'all can say what y'all y'all can say what y'all want in regards to that matter. But what I'm trying to figure out is why is it that we are having these takeovers? What's the purpose of these takeovers? You want teens and you expect teens, especially in this day and age, to behave during these takeovers. Where does that even make sense? At what point does that make sense? I don't see any situation where a group of teens are going to behave at some takeover. I don't see no situations where even if the parents were there, the kids are going to behave at this takeover. To think that this host was saying that he wants parents to be there with the kids. What are we doing? At that point, we're just there. What's the whole point of this take at Six Flags? What are you guys going to do? Walk around Six Flags? Walk around the outsides of Six Flags? Because I don't understand what the whole takeover part is. You're telling me that you want these kids to go into the Six Flags? That would, to me, that means that you're trying to jump the fence and just gain access without paying. That's my understanding of takeover. So you want the parents to go ahead and try to jump over the fence because they got bad knees and they can't climb fences anyways, so that they can then be with their kids during said takeover. I don't get the logic behind this. And this is giving me a headache. All these situations with like these kids and just letting them run rampart and just like ridiculousness is really, it's really a lot, and it's concerning for me as a parent. Now granted, my 20-year-old doesn't do none of this type of foolishness, so I don't have that to worry about, but I now have a growing 3-year-old and a kid on the way that's, I don't even know what the future holds. Hopefully we can make a shift by that point, because this type of behavior is crazy. It's crazy. And once again, social media is doing the most terrible job. Not that it's the job anyway, but we don't need it. We need to get rid of it. Honestly and truthfully. It does not need to be in these kids' hands. It does not need to be in these kids' phones. Honestly, I feel like you are not allowed access to social media until you graduate. Until you graduate. It may have to be even to a part where they had to put in their social security number. I don't know. I don't know, guys, but this social media in these teens' hands is like ridiculous. It's getting crazy, guys. And that may not even be the answer. That's probably not even the answer, honestly. I just don't know what else. I just don't know what else we can do at this point. I don't get it. There's far more students that are just going out acting up with this reckless behavior and causing all these issues than need to be. And we have way too many parents that are just allowing these things to happen. Now, granted, I understand situations where the parents have to work and that they're not home. And that just becomes unfortunate, because what are you going to do at that point when they get older and they're still doing this type of nonsense, as we see those that are like my age, even older, even younger, that's still doing the dumb nonsense because their parents were home while they were growing up. You telling me it's just going to continue? I need answers, guys. I need to give me answers in the comments, or solutions in the comments. Because this is crazy. Why are 400 some odd kids going to the mall? Why are 400 some odd kids going to the Battery and just running amok, running havoc? Why are they coming with firearms? You tell me that this host person doesn't think that these kids are going to come with firearms? What does takeover mean? I don't understand. Somebody explain to me, what does this takeover mean? I live under a rock. I don't know any of this stuff, guys. But this is just crazy. Why would I associate myself or try to associate my family into this type of nonsense? Have them sitting around, driving around with all these teens sitting here trying to cause wreaking havoc. Thankfully enough, nobody's been shot or nobody's been killed during these type of situations. Like that one video. The guy literally handed the officer the gun. If you're going to hand your gun to the officer, why do you have it in the first place? This is the nonsense that I'm talking about when it comes to the community, because I'm positive that majority of this is black people. I'm positive. This is upsetting, man. All this nonsense, that's what's gonna give me. I'm doing good of not having any gray hair yet. This nonsense is gonna give me gray hair, y'all. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Take it easy. Peace.